Hi, I'm Mandy, 32 years old and just finished law school. I got a job at a small law firm and recently moved into a cute little house with a lovely garden. It's not fancy, but it's mine, and I really love it. Then I met John. He was tall, good-looking, and, well, rich. His family had way more money than I was used to. We fell for each other quickly, and before I knew it, we were married. At first, everything felt perfect. John was kind, caring, and, surprisingly, he liked my garden almost as much as I did. And then I met his mom, Emily. Emily was intense. The first time she came to our house, she looked around like she didn't like what she saw. "Oh, darling," she said with a fake smile. "How quaint. I guess this is nice, for someone like you." I bit my tongue so hard I tasted blood. John squeezed my hand and whispered, "Ignore her, babe, that's just how she is." But it didn't stop there. At every family gathering, Emily would find a way to make me feel like I didn't belong. "Quaint, dear, did you try the foie gras? Oh wait, you probably don't even know what that is." John always stood up for me. "Mom, cut it out. Mandy's a lawyer, not stupid." I was grateful, but I also wished he'd be firmer with her. Things really went downhill at the family barbecue. I had worked for weeks on my garden, planting flowers and setting up a veggie patch. When Emily saw it, she looked disgusted. "Oh, Mandy, you didn't spend money on this, did you? It looks so cheap." "John, sweetheart, you should hire a real landscaper. This looks like something from a trailer park." The silence that followed was painful. My face burned, and I felt tears in my eyes. Before I could say anything, John spoke up. "That's enough, Mom." But after that day, things got worse. Emily started showing up all the time, giving advice no one asked for about our house and meals. "Darling," she'd tell John, "you really should get rid of those curtains Mandy picked. They don't suit someone of your level." At first, John didn't take her seriously, but slowly, I noticed changes. He began to look at our furniture differently, and he made little comments about my clothes. One night, I was getting ready for a work event when he frowned. "Don't you have something a bit more classy?" It felt like a slap. "What's wrong with this? I thought you liked this dress." He shrugged. "It's fine. Mom just said it might not be the best for formal things." I stayed quiet to avoid a fight, but it left me feeling shaken. Things boiled over when I was packing for a week-long work trip. Emily stopped by with fake concern. "Oh, Mandy, leaving John all alone? I hope he'll be okay without you." I forced a smile and said, "He'll be fine, Emily, it's just a week." But as I boarded my flight, I had a bad feeling. The whole week, I couldn't stop thinking about home. John's calls got shorter and colder. By the time I headed back, I was a nervous wreck. Nothing could have prepared me for what I saw. When I pulled into the driveway, my heart sank. Where my beautiful garden used to be, there was now a flashy pool, with fake rocks and a cheesy tiki bar. I got out of the car, stunned. "John, what happened to my garden?" He came out, looking nervous. "Surprise? Surprise? What did you do?" Before he could answer, Emily showed up, smirking like always. "Oh, Mandy, don't be so emotional. We've made your little space better. Now it's perfect for parties." I looked at John, hoping he'd back me up, but he didn't even look at me. "Babe, Mom thought it would be a fun surprise. You always said you wished we entertained more." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. They had destroyed something I loved, something I had taken care of for years. Emily clicked her tongue. "Really, Mandy, you should be thankful. That pool cost more than your whole house." "Thankful?" I said sharply. "Thankful that you came into my home and ruined something I cared about? That you've been stepping over me from the start? That you've turned my husband against me?" John finally looked at me, his face cold. "That's enough, Mandy, you're overreacting. Mom was just trying to help. You should be grateful." And in that moment, I saw the truth. Emily had completely taken control of him. I felt like I couldn't breathe, standing there in front of that awful pool. "Grateful," I said quietly. "Right, well, here's what I am grateful for, John. I'm grateful that I finally know where I stand in this marriage, and clearly, it's not beside you." I turned, walked to my car, and didn't look back. John was calling my name, but I didn't stop. As I drove away, I saw Emily in the mirror. She was smiling, like she'd won. But it wasn't over, not even close. Emily thought she'd beaten me, but she didn't know who she was messing with. It was time to remind her, and John, what a cheap girl like me could really do. That night, I ended up at Zoe's apartment, crying into a glass of wine. Girl, that woman is insane, Zoe said, shaking her head, and John? He needs to man up. I sighed, I just don't even know what to do anymore. You do you, Zoe said firmly, show them what you're made of. And that's exactly what I did. I dove into my work, took on more cases, stayed late, and pushed harder. Pretty soon, people at the firm were noticing. Then one night, I heard John on the phone with his dad. I don't know, Dad, Mom's been acting off lately. She bought a yacht last week. A yacht, and we don't even live near water. My lawyer instincts kicked in. Something felt wrong. At the next family dinner, I casually brought up money stuff with John's dad. Oh, Emily takes care of all that, he said, waving it off. She's got a talent for it. But his eyes told me he was worried. That's when I started digging, using everything I knew. I'd worked on white-collar crime cases before, but what I found shocked me. Emily wasn't just spending too much, she was draining the family's money. Risky deals, hidden accounts, even signs she'd taken from John's trust fund. I tried to talk to John, but he shut me down. Don't be silly, Mandy, he snapped. Mom knows what she's doing. Just because you grew up broke doesn't mean you get how real money works. His words hurt, but they also gave me strength. I may not have grown up rich, but I knew the law. And what Emily was doing, it wasn't just wrong, it was illegal. I started collecting proof, carefully tracking every sketchy deal and money transfer. If John wouldn't believe me, I'd make sure someone would. One night, Zoe found me at the office, still working late. All right, spill, she said, you look like you haven't slept in days. I paused, then told her everything. Her eyes got wider with every detail. Holy crap, Mandy, this is huge. What are you going to do? I took a deep breath. I'm going to stop her, Zoe, not just for me, but for John and his family. They don't see it now, but I won't let Emily destroy them. Zoe nodded, smiling slowly. Count me in. That woman messed with the wrong girl. As we started planning, something lit up inside me. Emily thought ruining my garden would break me, but she had no idea she'd just planted the seeds of her own fall. The next few weeks were a whirlwind of late nights and secret meetings. I made calls, pulled favors, and dug deep into Emily's past. The case I was building was solid. At the same time, John kept getting more distant, picking at everything I did, from my clothes to my cooking. Nothing was good enough. But I barely noticed. I had a mission. Then one night, I found something that made my heart freeze. Emily wasn't just wasting money, she was moving it to hidden accounts overseas. This was it. The proof I needed. I leaned back, my brain racing. With this, I could take her down for good. But it also meant risking John's family's reputation, and their finances. For a moment, I wavered. I still cared about John, even after everything. Was I really ready to do this? Then I remembered the garden, the cruel comments, the way he always took her side. And just like that, I knew. This wasn't just payback, it was the right thing to do. If John couldn't see it, that was on him. I grabbed my phone and called Zoe. It's time, I said, we're bringing Emily down. Later that night, I laid out the papers on the dining room table. John, we need to talk. He sighed. What now, Mandy? Another complaint about my mom? Just look, I said, sliding the files toward him. At first, he didn't take it seriously, but as he read, his face turned pale. This can't be true. It is, I said, she's been stealing from your family for years. John looked shaken. We need to talk to Dad. The family meeting was a nightmare. Emily yelled, denied everything, and called me names, but the proof was clear. Her wild behavior just confirmed what I already knew. You gold-digging little brat, she screamed, after all I've done for you. That's when John finally snapped out of it. Stop, Mom, look at what you've become. Months passed, Emily got help, and the family started to recover. And me? I was thriving. I opened my own law firm, focused on catching financial criminals. Kind of funny, really. With the money I earned, I bought my dream home. And the very first thing I did? I planted a garden. Not just any garden, a stunning one, full of rare flowers, little pathways, and magical touches everywhere. It was more beautiful than anything I'd imagined. And best of all, it was mine. I had built this life from nothing. I'd faced snobbery, toxic love, betrayal, and I came out stronger. I thought about John and Emily, all the times they tried to make me feel like I wasn't enough. But now, sitting in my garden, I didn't feel anger. I felt proud. They didn't break me. They helped shape me. As the sun dipped low, casting golden light over the flowers, I smiled. This garden, this home, this life. All mine. And I'd earned every bit of it. This was my happy ending, my way. And it was better than I ever dreamed. And that's how Mandy's story ends. Now here's a question for you. Was Mandy right to expose Emily's crimes, even though it could have hurt John's family? Or should she have handled it differently? This isn't just a black and white issue, it's about finding your way through the messy parts of toxic relationships. So where do you draw the line between loyalty and standing up for yourself? Drop your thoughts in the comments.